Well, hello and welcome back, my Body Language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Body Language guy, and welcome to the episode 80 of the Jesus Enrique Rosas show. We are live on YouTube, X, and on Rumble, and afterwards you will be able to download and listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. If you want to support my channel, the easiest way it's just 2 clicks. It's just 2 clicks. Like and subscribe or follow or whatever it's called in the platform that you're watching. And also remember to download my 100 body language tips in the description of this video for free, and you will be subscribed to my awesome emails as well. I should write a couple emails this week. At least I should write every day, by the way. Well, you know how it is. Always working hard to make sure to produce the best show on YouTube about what is going on in the United States and the world, and the entire world as well. We got a quite varied show today, but the most important part of the show, you know which one it is. You know which one it is the live chat. The live chat is the most important part of our show, because this is ours, this is yours as well, my common sense crusaders. And of course, any comments, I will try to keep an eye on your comments. And when I see a good comment, I will make sure to highlight and react to that. React to your comments. So make sure that to keep your comments flowing, because that is the idea. That is the idea of this show being live. So let's see, what do we have in the agenda? And first and foremost, we need to front and let me see a couple things here. I can get rid of this and I can go here. We need to front end or open today's show with what happened just minutes ago. We have the confirmation that Tulsi Gabbard is confirmed to be President Trump's director of national intelligence. I have a couple of things to say about this, and well, it's in terms of Tulsi, everything is positive, but I have some commentary about this, and some commentary about loyalty as well. Congratulations to Tulsi Gabbard. Welcome to the show. Gabbard is a lieutenant colonel in the Army Reserve and served as a Democratic congresswoman before leaving the party. Well deserved. This has been, that we are still expecting for RFK Jr. to be confirmed. This is a triangle that we were waiting for. RFK Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, and Kash Patel. One of them has been confirmed. We're still waiting for RFK Jr., which will be hard enough. Although, as it stands, he could be confirmed. Kash Patel, what is my opinion? I think that's gonna be a tough sell, because, well, everything that is on the wraps in those FBI vaults. But anything can happen. We are in the craziest of timelines. There's a clip, by the way, here. This is a very nice clip of Tulsi in action. And we are glad that such a woman of action got the role. In spite of, we need to talk about, in spite of, let's say the term loyalty is something that I need to address in this case. And why do I need to address loyalty, or at least, I don't know, respect, or I don't know how to put this, but I have to name somebody that doesn't deserve to be named right now, but at least Tulsi is already confirmed. But I need to name this guy. Bernie Sanders, that I didn't know. That's something that I didn't know. I'm going to show you right now. Why I'm mentioning Bernie Sanders, who is rather despicable. I didn't like the guy already. Okay, so many memes about Bernie, but I didn't know this. Bernie Sanders just voted no on Tulsi Gabbard today. That was yesterday. Here's Tulsi Gabbard literally stepping down as vice chair of the DNC for what they did to Bernie Sanders and declaring she supports him for president. Just let that sink in. A few years back, Tulsi Gabbard, when she was full-on Democrat, she stepped down as vice chair of the DNC for what they did to Bernie Sanders. That was honor. She found what they did to Bernie Sanders. You remember what they did to Bernie Sanders? Like, it's pretty much what they did to Biden, but in this case, what Bernie was really popular. But no, it had to be Hillary. It had to be Hillary. So you're gonna away. Yeah, we are going to just put you away because it has to be Hillary. And they essentially put they put him away like he was. There's a term for that. There's too early in the show. It's too early in the show to use that kind of term. But they put him away. And Tulsi was upset that she stepped down as vice chair and declared her support for her friend Bernie. I don't know if he was her friend, but I think that that is a woman of honor. Like, that is dishonorable. She couldn't stand it, and she spoke in behalf of him. And now Bernie couldn't even give his vote to her. What kind of man is that? Let's hear Tulsi's words regarding that.
As a vice chair of the DNC, I'm required to stay neutral in Democratic primaries, but I cannot remain neutral any longer. The stakes are just too high. That's why today I'm endorsing Senator Bernie Sanders to be our next president and commander-in-chief of the United States. We need a commander-in-chief who has foresight, who exercises good judgment, and who understands the need for a robust foreign policy which defends the safety and security of the American people, and who will not waste precious lives and money on interventionist wars of regime change. Such counterproductive wars undermine our national security and economic prosperity. As these elections continue across the country, the American people are faced with a very clear choice. We can elect a president who will lead us into more interventionist wars of regime change, or we can elect a president who will usher in a new era of peace and prosperity. It's with this clear choice in mind that I'm resigning as vice chair of the DNC so that I can strongly support Bernie Sanders as the Democratic nominee for President of the United States. And now I ask you, stand with me and support Bernie Sanders.
So that's what you get from this whistles. From this whistle. He voted no on Tulsi Gabbard. How can you be such a little man? I don't know how to call him. I already see your comments. Your comments are spot on. But this is, I wanted to show you this clip because this clip shows Tulsi's integrity. Okay, that she has integrity, and that's what, well, the job requires. But any job requires. And no, this guy doesn't have it. And the good thing is, I'm gonna keep playing the video of Tulsi in action. The good thing is that many people are waking up to the reality of who are these Democrats, the politicians who are holding this blue flag, who are holding these positions of power. What kind of people they really are. That is the important thing. They are waking up and they are realizing, people who have voted blue all this time, such as Tulsi, who was a Democrat, how they have been fooled, how they have been lied to, how everything, including, of course, the truth, has been trying to be deleted, obfuscated, hidden, just to remain in power. But people are waking up and saying no more. You know what? No more. We have seen enough instances of this, enough times in the past couple of weeks, and it's wonderful to see. Wonderful to see for one reason, and it's that I'm going to tell you over and over again, the idea is not to make fun of people who have voted blue in this case, who have voted Democrat. We can do our best to try to show the lies and show the actual misinformation and show the hoaxes and try to explain with reasoning why they're being misled. Okay, some of them are going to wake up. Some of them won't, but that is our crusade. It's not to mock people, but to help them realize that the Democratic Party, it's full of demons. I'm not gonna say that the Republicans are full of angels. No, I'm not saying it in any way. You know that for all that the Democrats have claimed that they are for the people and all this, no, they are for themselves in a very evil way. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. Remember to download my 100 body language tips in the description of this video, and you will be subscribed to my email list as well. Let me see your live chat. Okay, some of you are not so 100% about Tulsi. Let's see. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Why not? I think anybody can be redeemed. Maybe people can change parties as long as they remain in common sense. That's the most important thing. That is the most important thing. The instant any Republican begins to drift away from common sense, rest assured, I will call them out. I will call them out on that. And speaking of common sense, this is something that I did not know. My body language buddies, my common sense crusaders from Canada, this is something that I did not know, and I need to address this like before we start the actual show. I need to understand this, my friends of Canada. It's like the kind of things that you find out along the way. Again, I am not the most knowledgeable in terms of geopolitics around the world, but I'm trying to learn fast. But what is this? Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is calling for free trade between all provinces in Canada. You mean to tell me that there's no actual free trade between the provinces of Canada? I mean, how does that work? I come from a country, from Venezuela, in which it's we have states, right? Not provinces, but I think it could be logical for one to think that if you're part of the same country, you're gonna have a free trade between your own provinces. I mean, there's free trade between the states of the United States, right? That's what is, I was just so confused about this. And if any of you, my wonderful Canadian common sense crusaders, can explain this because people were really baffled in the comments as well. Dick Hertz, do you mean to tell me that after all the hand-wringing and pearl-clutching about American tariffs, Canada doesn't even have free trade between its own provinces? Hypocrisy much? But how does it work? Casey Maddox, seriously, what are you people even doing up there? You don't have free trade inside Canada? What? What's this? Interesting article. This is a Neil T. Interesting article I found on that. I have found all these issues in the European Union too. But the European Union are countries. You're talking about different countries. That's different. the province of Quebec wants to be its own province. Oh, they are like Catalonia in Spain, I guess. They want they are like Scotland. Quebec, Scotland, and Catalonia, they want the same thing. Flying Sparrow, Quebec cannot separate. Too complicated. Passport, currency, economy. Yeah. Canada's more of a mess than I thought, says Peg B. Yeah, it's, what? Why Canada? Why? Interesting article I found on that. In contrast to broad-based tariffs, barriers to inter-provincial trade are diffuse and exist in many forms. They should exist in zero forms. They should exist in zero forms. Often referred to as non-tariff barriers to trade. Maybe they usually arise. I don't have. I cut the comment, but this is like the time. You know, the things that you find out about countries in which you say, "Yeah, we are the common sense crusaders." You could guess that if you have a business and in one province in Canada, you should be able to have free trade with any other province, right? Why would that? Wouldn't that be a thing? And why wouldn't any prime minister have thought of that up to that point? Why is Trudeau using that as some kind of selling point if he's on his way out? Like he wants to do this before he goes out. Why is anybody? Why didn't any other prime minister, okay, tell me it's a joke. I can confirm so restrictions between province regarding oil, electricity, alcohol, healthcare. Oh my God, that is what? That is so insane. Okay, J.A. just sent me a slide on, let me see, provincial autonomy. Canada's federal structure gives provinces a significant autonomy over areas like health, education, and certain aspects of commerce. This autonomy can lead to divergent practices and policies that impact interprovincial trade. Notable examples, alcohol. There have been high-profile cases where individuals attempted to bring alcohol across provincial borders. So you're bringing your, I don't know what is in, what do people drink in Canada? Let's say whiskey. Only to be challenged legally due to different provincial liquor control regulations. So you have to smuggle your whiskey from one province to the other. Nice. Dairy and eggs. Supply management systems for dairy, poultry, and eggs in Canada are provincially managed, which can create barriers to free trade within the country. So you bring eggs from one province to the other, you are in trouble. You will be detained. You will be detained by the Mounties. I don't know. That would be like bizarre. That would be X-Files bizarre. Twilight Zone bizarre. I really don't know. I have no idea how is the Canadian English accent. So yeah, this is so bizarre. This is like the time I remember when I saw this. Thanks, J.E.M.A. Thank you for that slide. This is the time, like when I found out that in the UK it is forbidden to carry what is called mace or pepper spray. Like you cannot carry any knife longer than like this. And if you carry it and you're caught with that knife, you have to explain why are you carrying a knife with you. And this is completely forbidden. You cannot carry tasers. You cannot carry mace or pepper spray. You cannot carry anything. Nunchakus, shurikens. Maybe maybe if you're carrying a katana and you have a license for that, maybe that works. But yeah, it's crazy, right? You're in the UK and you cannot carry anything for your own protection. That is just crazy. So again, Canada, what are you thinking? We're thinking, why can't I bring my whiskey from one province to the other? Do I have some kind of report? Do I have to file forms and keep the yellow copy with me so I can enjoy my whiskey in another province? It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I couldn't imagine if you could carry guns or buy guns in Canada. I guess that you can. Remind me if I'm wrong. I think that you can get some guns, like shotguns, in some areas. If you're a farmer, it's usually you are allowed to have shotguns in most countries. But of course, you need a license for that. I think Canada is the same, right? Well, I found this. I found this really interesting and a bit messed up as well. But I would like to know, what do you think about this, about Canada's approach to free trade, in the comments. This was quite crazy. As in, and the craziest part is Castro. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm going to be the one who pushes this for the Canadians to bring their eggs and milk and cheese and whiskey and beer across province borders, because I cannot imagine eggnog. Eggnog will be a real problem because it's a mix of everything. You can buy guns, just try to buy ammo. Oh my god. We have some words from Harry about Canada, by the way. I think we have those for today's show. Oh my gosh, yeah, Candace Owens is covering Macron. You'll need to see that craziness. Yeah, she's got a like this sort of a special documentary that she made open for everybody to see about Macron and his wife. And, I have certain reservations about Candace, but I would take a look. Because why not? Because if she is not sued by Macron, then well, you can imagine what we're talking about. So let's move on. What is our next topic of today? And our next topic of today, we could be talking about the Oval Office and what Trump was talking about at the Oval Office, or what Elon Musk was doing with his dark Gothic MAGA hat at the Oval Office. But that doesn't matter, because Little X was at the Oval Office, and as usual, I haven't covered Little X that much, but the little guy just stole the show. Captioned this. So there was Elon with his, I know that this is not the Gothic one. This is just the regular dark MAGA hat. And Little X was, well, he's like a mini me. And his, I found it funny. I'm going to get ahead of myself and jump forward a bit, because I found this picture really cute and adorable. And I found this tweet by Mambo Italiano very fun. Lil X in Ralph Lauren, crouching behind the Oval Office desk at the White House, shut down the internet. One spontaneous shot just outdid 100 years of ad campaigns. If I was Ralph Lauren, I would be really happy, because this is priceless. This is priceless. This is the best, the absolutely best advertising that you can get. Let's watch some of the videos, because the videos will speak for themselves. Elon Musk brings on Little X into Oval Office with President Trump.
X, are you okay? This is X, and he's a great guy, high IQ. He's a high IQ individual.
And he's got this. Check out this cool chain he's got. Restore democracy. Let's make. You don't have a feedback loop. Okay, X. We would have to.
We had
That's
no
what we're
idea.
And the-
we had
and
no
the
idea
huge
we were gonna find
chain.
police, including the woman that walked away with about 30 million.
It's just something we've got to fix, and we've also got to address the deficit. So we've got to look good. We need to free the builders of America
Oh, a booger.
to build. There seems to be mysteriously they get wealthy. We don't know why.
500 billion. It's crazy the kind of numbers you're
It is really
talking
crazy.
about. Billion,
Right.
et cetera.
Well, we do find it sort of rather odd that
It's what I tell you. This is a rather bizarre timeline. We got Donald Trump a second time in the White House, which is outrageous in itself. After that, whatever happened in 2020, we are not going to elaborate about 2020, but he's back, which is outrageous in itself. That comeback after all that has happened. We got Elon Musk in full, Darth Vader suit, and talking about how he's cutting left and right in the government's budget, starting by USAID. And we got a little X fooling around, and it's the only way that I can explain this is bizarre. Not gonna lie, we got bizarre stuff with Biden, but the bizarre stuff we got with Biden was disgusting. This is more like this bizarre cute. That was bizarre disgusting. This is more bizarre cute. We certainly prefer bizarre cute. Yes, this absolutely prefer that.
there are quite a few people in the bureaucracy who have ostensibly a salary of a few $100,000, but
I find it so funny that he stands there like in some ways, in so many ways, trying to mimic his dad. He can be mischievous, yeah, but little X is 4 years old. He will be 5 in May. Thank you, J.E. Yeah, he's like a little boss, Veronica. He's like a little boss in there. He knows. He's learning the trade. Can you imagine the future between little X and Baron? Little X and Baron, like we are witnessing this dynasties. This is that's what I was thinking. What I was thinking about today. We're witnessing the birth of this dynasties. This technocratic dynasties. Oh my God, Jesus, you're going there. You're going there. Yeah. I saw his gangsta gold chain. We're going to zoom in on the gold chain.
somehow managed to accrue tens of millions of dollars in net worth while they are in that position, which is, what happened to USAID. We're just curious as to where it came from. Maybe they're very good at investing, in which case we should take their investment advice, perhaps. But there seems to be mysteriously they get wealthy. We don't know why. Where does it come from? And I think the reality is that they're getting wealthier.
This reminds me of those Leslie Nielsen movies. I really love Leslie Nielsen. Rest in peace. Those movies were great. And when you have this absolutely serious thing happening in the foreground, and you have Leslie doing something crazy in the background, that was one of the most standard gags, and not because they were basic or standard. They weren't funny every time. This is pretty much insane, and we're gonna see the gold chain.
That's very expensive. That's the honest truth of it. So, we're looking at
and not to mention that, speaking of Dodge, that they discovered how the retirement of federal employees was working. This is people working in an actual mine, a salt mine. A salt mine? It's no. It was not a salt mine. It was another kind of mine. I think it was a limestone mine. And when people work in a mine and they can only process 10,000 retirements in every, it's something that, maybe that's a story for tomorrow's show. We have today's show is already packed, but that was just insane in so many ways. We want a clear shot of the chain. Let me see. Yeah, it's like Elon was trying to show off. Yeah, the chain. Man, that is quite a chain. That is quite a chain. Yeah, I remember those movies. Police Squad. The Police Squad was the TV show. I remember those, especially the intro, with the police car light and all stuff. But again, this is so wholesome. This is so funny. Little X. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna be seeing Little X more and more frequently as well. Elon is unveiling everything that is happening. He hasn't even touched the Department of Defense. That is gonna be interesting. That is gonna be completely outrageous, and we will be there to check that out. But again, I would like to know what do you think about Little X in the Oval Office with with the Diet Coke button. Did he get to press the Diet Coke button? You know that Donald Trump has a Diet Coke button that he presses that, and then in seconds somebody arrives with a Diet Coke. That is nice. that is actual power. I like that kind of power. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. Let me see your live chat. I don't know any grown man with chains that nice. Me neither. Me neither, Flor Morena. Okay, what it says is a lady. Where's my headshot and chat not working? Oh, something broke. Something broke in here. You're watching me, right? Something broke for some reason. It's not working. Let me see. Why it's not working? There's always my scenes. I can always change my scenes by hand because I can. No. What happened? Something happened here. Something is happening that should not be happening. Let me see if what. Okay, now it should be working. The headshot plus chat. It's working now. It's working now. Sorry for the interruption, but that's gonna sound funny in the in the in the in the podcast later. Something happened with my network as well. What is happening? What is happening? Let's wait a couple seconds until we come back and see. And now my headshot is all over the place. What kind of mess is this? Jesus, where are you going? Okay, let me log my overlay and then yeah, I think that is fixed. And then we have, okay, this is it. This is it. And this is it. Oh, right. Yeah, it's good now. It's good now. It's working. You know, the kind of things that happen in a live show. In a live show. What about now? Let me see. You could have lost me for a second, and now. No, Emily Joe, Generation X is not the boomer generation. The boomer generation is the one, I think it's one prior to Generation X. Boomers are our parents. I'm Generation X. Boomers are our parents. So we can continue. We can continue. What is the next topic? Let's see. This is a good thing that we have been through so many things in our show, in so many instances. I'm gonna skip this topic, skip this one, and this one. Okay, this is one that I wanted to talk about for some time. I wanted to talk about the next topic for some time, and finally, I get to talk about this. Okay. So you might remember that I had a YouTube channel. I still have a YouTube channel that I talk about pop culture, and I was covering everything Disney at some point. But I decided that I was going to cover most of this topic as long as I could branch them out of my main topic right now, which is let's say that it's politics, but at the same time we are trying to make sure that it's around manipulation, gaslighting. That is the underlying topic of our show. And in this regard, so you know that Disney has gaslighted, manipulated, and made all kind of shenanigans. And Bob Iger, oh my God, I at some point I remember that in the Royal Rogue I made a special show. I'm talking about Bob Iger and all the things that he has done to the brand, and people even praising him for coming back. And no, all that destroyed Disney's stock was made by Bob Iger. And now he wants to look like he's championing the comeback to common sense. But I have to call him out. Disney reduces DEI programs Reimagine Tomorrow and the Disney look amid backlash. All DEI is being removed. We have a clip here that I want to play for you.
To be $190 stock after COVID, you're at 108. So if you've fallen by half, that might be shareholders saying to Disney, wake up, get your act together, and refocus on, dare I say it, your fiduciary duty, which is taking care of me, the shareholder.
Let that sink in. Just before COVID, this was very close to $200 per share, and right now if they keep doing whatever they are doing, and we're bracing for impact of Captain America, Brave New World. You know, that Captain America movie without Captain America. Don't get me started. This could hit below 100. It hit below 100 at some point, but they want to, you know what? We never went DEI. We want to turn all that back. They want to pretend that it never happened, and yeah, that was Bob Iger's idea in the first place.
Do you know that Disney, according to a latest report just coming out in the last couple minutes, a memo that Reuters has seen that says that they are rolling back some of their DEI programs. Get this, they want to focus on business outcomes. Imagine that.
Wow, business outcomes. That's what you should have been doing since the start. Like, well, I can understand that maybe you don't want to focus on family entertainment because that would be too naive, but at least you could focus not on propaganda and trying to push up this woke agenda on children.
I'm old school. No, we're focusing on business outcomes. That sounds good.
What did I say yesterday? Why are they hiking their prices? Are they hiking their prices because their foot traffic is down because none of this stuff worked? And then when you hike your prices, the people who still were willing to pay for it can't afford it. So you're going to have nobody at your park.
I think they listen.
Yeah, by the way, it's not only Disney Plus that is their streaming service. It's every single other service is hiking their prices. It's like they needed to do something about their bottom line. Not only Netflix, it's Netflix, it's Amazon Prime, I think, it's Max, it's Disney Plus. All of them have raised their prices or are expecting to raise their prices because, as anybody saw, they realized like 5 years ago, no, this streaming business was not profitable. This streaming business was not profitable, and we already know that Disney Plus, last time we checked, had lost 700,000 subscribers. 700,000 subscribers.
I think they were tuned in and they heard that and they responded.
But Disney, I mean, remember how much trouble Disney got in Florida.
Yeah.
And going up against Governor DeSantis, and he said enough is enough. I mean, I just think they picked the wrong.
They went after.
Well, I agree with Jameson. I'm surprised if they weren't getting USAID money to keep the woke going. I wouldn't be surprised. Like in the least, I wouldn't be surprised. There must be some kind of program of that. Variety also was reporting on this. Disney Plus to change content warnings ahead of movies like Dumbo, Peter Pan, and more. All movies amid DEI strategy shift. Do you know that this all movies had this trigger warning at the start of the movie? Yeah, Dumbo or Peter Pan, because these pictures were kind of outdated and could be depicting outdated stereotypes that can be hurtful for whatever. Man, it's Peter Pan. How bad can we will survive? We will survive. I mean, we as children, we went to the cinema and we watched Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and we saw the heart-ripping off part in the big screen, and we'll survive. We still have nightmares now and then after that, but we survived. We saw The Dark Crystal. We saw The Dark Crystal. That the movie was scary as F. I mean, and yeah, that needed a trigger warning. Maybe if you are a sensitive kid and to certain topics, yeah, that could scar you for life. But Peter Pan, Dumbo, give me a break. Well, what is the problem with that? So they are realizing that they have to come clean. They have to focus on what they do best, and they know that they have magnificent artists. For example, at Pixar. In Pixar, they have magnificent artists. I don't care about politics. Of course, I do care when they try to push politics, but I don't care if, for example, the animators or the artists could be woke in their own life. If they have a multicolor hair, I don't care, but they are great at their job. That's one thing. If the woke stuff doesn't creep into the storylines, then everybody wins. And you know that people at Pixar know storytelling. When they forego some storytelling in favor of the message, as the critical drinker says, then you know that it goes bad. But I think it was what was this movie? Inside Out 2 did pretty well. I mean, I loved Inside Out 1, the first one. The first Inside Out was great. Pixar knows that. Disney is basically the place to go for storytelling. Marvel has been all over the place. Remember that all these brands are under the Disney umbrella, and Star Wars, well, you know the joke already. Put a tick on it and make it lame and gay. So, making it lame and gay, they went to the Acolyte, and at some point they said, hey, you know what? Maybe that is not working. And To be fair, Pixar is the one that was less infected. It was infected by this woke and DEI stuff, but was less infected by that. Star Wars is lost. Star Wars is completely lost. That has to be, or everything Lucasfilm is completely lost. Have to be that it's not Star Wars. It's actually Lucasfilm because it includes franchises like Indiana Jones. By the way, that we now that I was mentioning Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And what is the other one? Well, the movies that Disney itself does. I really haven't watched a Disney movie in ages. I just aware when the backlash hits, then if they are doing right or wrong. But the stock price does not lie. You can do whatever you want with your movies, with your TV shows. You can release them all at once. You can. Let's say what happens with the upcoming Daredevil TV show. It seems to go back to the roots of that Daredevil of Netflix. You remember that one? That was savage. That was actual entertainment. The original Daredevil developed by Netflix. Well, let's see what happens if this is just a temporary turn of the tide, or would this be more permanent? We still don't know who's going to be the next CEO of Disney after Bob Iger. And we know how influential is Disney and all its brands in entertainment. So who is that person and where is that person going to guide the company? And the fact that Donald Trump is now the president of the United States, and all these changes, all this stuff, even Google is dropping its DEI, some of this DEI policies. Who knows where we can get. Just one more thing about Disney is that you remember that all these productions take years to develop, sometimes 2 or 3 or maybe 4 or even 5 years to develop. So if you see any changes, or you see any changes in the headlines, oh, Disney is changing its content strategy to better fit, the let's say what the elections reflected, then you're going to see the effects not immediately, not this year, about 2 or 3 years down the line. We could give them like 2 years until we see the actual stuff. The first screenings of Captain America, Brave New World, the Captain America movie without Captain America, are, let's say, half and half. You got the usual Disney shills saying that it is great, it is the greatest Captain America movie of them all, which I bet it is not. And those saying that, well, it fell flat, because if it's like doing a Fast and Furious movie without the family, like that is not a Fast and Furious movie. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. Let me see. Oh, now we have my live chat. My live chat is a bit wacky. Let me see if I can fix it. Should I fix it, or should I not try to fix it? Okay, let me see. Right there. Unlock it. Working very nice. My live chat again. I am absolutely obsessed with the Daredevil series. I pray that they don't ruin it, but I'm so scared. But yeah, after they did how they did Daredevil on She-Hulk and on Echo, don't get me started. Don't get me started. I don't believe the woke companies are really getting rid of DEI. They are just going to rebrand it and hide it better before they finally let it go, kicking and screaming. Rhonda loves. That's the thing that some people are asking. Is this change? Is this tide turning actually a change, or they are only, trying to play some kind of role, like they are pretending to do this, like Mark Zuckerberg's change. Like, that is not a real change. That we know that it's only because Donald Trump won. And well, in DEI, in terms of DEI, there's a couple of things that I need to cover here. But some of you, by the way, are here for Blake Lively, the Blake Lively stuff, and you want me to analyze the Blake Lively video. But first, I need to address this other topic here. I need to address this other topic because the rolling back of the DEI is progressive. It's no pun intended, progressive. So let's check this out. Speaking of DEI, Dodge just terminated a $2.3 million contract. $2.3 million for a ridiculous VR training course that taught soldiers. When I was reading this headline, when I had reached this point, I was thinking about, a VR training simulator for soldiers. I can imagine. I remember that I downloaded back in, long ago, like in 2002, you could download a training simulator from the United States government. I don't remember the name of the game. It was like a video game. It's like a kind of a Counter-Strike style video game in which they use the United States military use for training, and you could download and install it in your computer, and even play the game, so to speak. It was interesting. The graphics were nothing out of the ordinary, but it was more of the strategic training and how to react in situations. It was interesting to play along. But then I kept reading, and the disappointment kicked in. VR training course that taught soldiers how to have difficult conversations about DEI. I realized that some of you in the comments do not know what DEI is. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. They want to make sure, all this wanting to make sure that in every space of nowadays, it is not the best person for the job. We don't care. We don't really care if it's a man or a woman, if you're white, black, yellow, pink, blue, green. We don't care of any of that. If you're Latino, Hispanic, Asian, we don't care what you believe or you don't believe in. It shouldn't matter. But it so happens that at some point somebody decided that, we need to have a little bit of everybody because people should feel included in these spaces. Like we need to force a quota of people in these spaces. Like this is too many men, or this is too white. These are the main concerns. So if it's too many men or this is too white, and one of the DEI areas that could be the most dangerous is in the pilots industry. The pilots, all this white man that how to land planes properly. Maybe we should change that. I think there was Rob Schneider who had a routine, a stand-up joke like that. But yeah, you can't make this stuff up. Have difficult conversations about the AI because, it's uncomfortable, right? It's uncomfortable to say that we are not going to pick the best one for the job. We're going to pick somebody who ticks boxes. Okay, this has this gender, has this skin color. Bring the Pantone palette. Okay, we compare the skin color. Yeah, approved. We need more of this skin color, and we need more of this. Who do you pray to? Who do you send your prayers to? All right. Oh, yeah, nice. We need that as well. Let me tick that box as well. And all right, and don't get me started in the disability. And again, don't get me wrong. There are disabled people that can be great for some jobs, and if they are the best for the jobs, then they should be hired, but not because they are disabled, but because they are the best for the job. That is common sense. That is common sense. And so we have this.
It's an opportunity to have a difficult conversation when it comes to DEIA.
So now it's DEIA. What? What is diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility? Because, well, it's DEIA. They were even expanding it. They were expanding it. That is like LGBTQ, TTQ, CC, something crazy. What is that? They are not going to stop. They're going to add letter after letter, maybe a number, maybe like in Canada. Now that we were speaking about Canada, the two-spirit thing, the two-spirit. How do you have two-spirit? Or you have some kind of a schizophrenic? The soul had two spirits in one? Have you been watching too many Edward Norton movies, or what is that? That is I don't get it. So DEI.
When it comes to DEIA, there is an avatar, and behind that avatar.
Oh, and the avatar is not creepy at all. The avatar is not creepy at all. That looks like if you had a Nintendo Mii. You remember the Nintendo Mii's, right? That you designed yourself. You know, the joke when you were a kid, and every time somebody came to your house, a guest came to your house, you began to create their Mii and your Nintendo Wii. This looks like a Nintendo Mii who is absolutely 100% a PDF file. And I don't mean, the document thing. You know why do I mean? This looks absolutely, this 100% looks like something that should be kept away from children. This is wood chipper material, hands down. Like this would give you nightmares, and you have to interact with this. You have to interact with this to have difficult conversations about the DEI. What the avocado toast fuck is this?
There is a trained individual who is going to have the conversation. He or she will be able to either elevate the difficulty of the conversation or back down and understand. The time that we're living in is we have conversations that are difficult, specifically dealing with people.
This would be difficult. This conversation will be difficult, not to laugh at their faces. Like, what do you mean? What are you telling me, bro? What are you telling me, bro? You're telling me that I have to speak to the PDF. What is the PDF file? I have to talk to the PDF file, me to be accepted in something. I have to pass some kind of test. I have to, pass some kind of test afterwards, and you're gonna ask some questions. Do you understand it? You understand how this works? You understand it? It's gonna be asked. The questions are gonna be asked by this thing. What the f? This is, and this cost 2.3 million. 2.3 million. Nightmare fuel. This is expensive nightmare fuel. That's it.
Conversation or back down and understand. The time that we're living in is we have conversations that are difficult, specifically dealing with people or differences of opinions. It's important for us as individuals and leaders and service members to have these conversations and allow us to practice having these conversations that are often very difficult.
Oh, a white guy. This is great. At least we have a picture of a white guy. I assume it's a guy, right? He's a guy, right?
Difficult to have. This is for airmen. This is for guardians. This is for civilians of all ranks enlisted and officer.
So this is for everybody. If you want to have nightmares, you can have nightmares to the tune of $2.3 million. It's only going to set you back that. But well, nowadays, my God. No. This is I'm looking at your comments. Already know what you're thinking in your comments, but I want to read them for later. So make sure to leave your comment. This is outrageous. This is outrageous. That in the things that we the times that we were living in, the way that we were saved in this timeline. And now that we need to go back, to our regular programming of narcissists, manipulators, and body language and all this stuff. Oh my God! That's why this channel is no longer the body language guy. I'm still the body language guy. You see, I'm going to freak you out just a second. Freak you out with the. That's why it still says Jesus Enrique Rosas, the body language guy, presents. No, that is not the same as two spirits. No. That is not the same as two spirit, whatever two spirit means for Canadians or for Castro Dog, because I'm pretty sure that most Canadians think that is nonsense. But the body language guy, he started with body language, obviously, and exposing manipulators and exposing all these narcissists, and if anybody was lying at some point. And well, let's go back there for a minute, and for that, I need to make some kind of a background about this topic. Because some of you are not quite aware of what's going on with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds and Justin Baldoni. Blake Lively was in this movie with Justin Baldoni, in which she began to, let's say, influence and get bossy about the production itself. And Ryan Reynolds, you remember Ryan Reynolds from Deadpool, for example, and he also went onto that, even as far as to rewrite part of the script without Justin Baldoni, who was the co-star and the director of the movie and the one behind the idea of the movie and the one who bought the rights to the book It Ends With Us to make the movie. So it so happens that after two mutual lawsuits, it seems that Blake Lively and her team is in trouble because a video has surfaced in which she admits things that, well, are making her look really bad. Really bad. I'm going to play the video. We're going to play it, her words, and then we're going to be analyzing and see what does it mean for her case, and to decide if Justin Baldoni or Blake Lively, which one of the two is the bad guy in here. Because you know that at some point I gave her the benefit of the doubt. And even if Justin Baldoni looks like a legit good guy, countless of times psychopaths all over the world have looked like a good guy and have fooled everybody. So let's watch this. TMZ, according to Blake Lively, she says she presents like she's just a cute actress, but once she gets the role, she likes to take over the movie. By the way, does that sound like somebody that you know? Does that sound familiar? Once she gets the role, she likes to take over the movie? Let's put this way. Once she gets into the family, she likes to take over the narrative? Yeah, let me see. I know you know who I'm talking about. I know you know who am I talking about. Yeah, the megalodon. That absolutely sounds like the megalodon. Instantly. And the most baffling, let's watch the video first.
It's just as important to say, okay, I believe in this, and that's why I'm standing up for it, and that's why I'm not being difficult. And then there are other moments to go like, am I the asshole in the room? Like, what is happening here? I would show up on a set. I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. But I also knew that like that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, in creating the character. And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because.
So I don't know how long ago was this video. This video was like a couple of years ago or something like that. It has just resurfaced, and she's basically saying You just heard her words, like, I'm usually requested to be the cute actress, but that is not fulfilling for me. Like, I want to get involved in everything, and sometimes people are okay with that. Directors. Sometimes directors are okay with that. Sometimes they don't, because that is not part of your, let's say, what you're meant to do. You're meant to do your job, which is the acting. Now, some have said that I think she was executive producer, but an executive producer cannot. Let's say that they try to make sure what is feasible to convey the creative vision of the director. So in all cases, it's the director, the one who has the last word. If something cannot be done, like location or something like that, well, that's maybe the executive producer can chime in, but it's not like the executive producer can alter the creative vision of the director, because that is not their job, and much less if there is this huge conflict of not a conflict of interest, but that you begin this let's say try to get into everything. And she's admitting that in this video. She has admitted that in this video. Let's watch the rest of the video before we move on.
Because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled.
All right, I wouldn't reveal. She's saying that, yes, I would go as in, oh, yes, I'm just an actor, yeah, and I wouldn't reveal her words. In her words, she exposed herself in that regard. I mean, if I was a director, let's say I'm filming a movie, it is not AI, I'm filming an actual movie, and I'm a director, I'm a filmmaker, and I'm considering to cast, to pick my cast for my movie. If I saw this attitude, I would instantly discard her, because I knew that would be trouble. Okay, maybe you can, stick to your job and I can stick to mine, in which, of course, the director has the most important job in a film set. No, she's exposing the fact that she likes to influence, to be authoritarian, to be bossy. And well, it's like that is exactly what happened in this movie, and that's what exactly is this lawsuits about. And Justin Baldoni tried his best. He has like shown proof that he tried his best to make this work. He tried his best to make this work, and well, this video, I absolutely needed to show you this video, because this just exposes so many things.
So I think that for them, sometimes that might have felt like a rug pull, because you're like, you're trying to assert yourself into something that we didn't hire you to do. And so it was a really strange position to be in, because I felt like, I don't want to just be an actor. Like I want to have more authorship.
Yeah, this is a problem. There are people, she's saying, I don't just want to be an actor. I want to have authorship. You know what you do in those instances, Blake? You direct your own movie. That worked really well for Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck wrote the screenplay of Good Will Hunting. He won the Oscar with Matt Damon for that screenplay. It was nice. Ben Affleck has been in great movies. Ben Affleck has great experience as a director as well. But it's not like he's an actor in a movie and he's trying to, like, I'm acting in this movie. I'm trying to mess with the role of the director because I have this vision. Okay, no, but you cannot you can do that here, buddy. And I'm going to explain what is the rationale of people like this in this regard. is that they want the authority. Pay attention to this because this is important. They want the authority without the responsibility, without being responsible for the consequences. Because if something goes wrong with the movie, who are they going to blame? They're going to blame the director, of course. So she wants to influence. She wants to be authoritarian. She wants to be bossy. She wants to be engaged in everything. Costume designer with set design, with the screenplay, with everything. But if something goes wrong, she doesn't want to do anything with that. Of course, that is a very comfortable position to be in. I would like to be in that position. Oh, I can, pull the strings. You push things. You should do. I think that you should do this such and such and such a way. And I remember, for example, the best example that I can get off the top of my head, classic example from cinema, is from the Terminator 1, the first Terminator movie, when there was the scene at the police station, and Schwarzenegger reads the script, and the script says, "I'll be back," right? Legendary quote. And you know how Schwarzenegger, being Schwarzenegger, he went and he being also bossy and trying to influence everything, he went to James Cameron. And he told me, "Hey, James, I think that, a robot wouldn't say, 'I'll be back.' A robot would say, 'I will be back.'" And maybe you don't remember the story of this, but in fact, Arnold Schwarzenegger was not going to be the original Terminator. He like James Cameron picked him up because he had so many good ideas. Schwarzenegger had so many good ideas about being a robot and how the robot had to move that finally James Cameron picked him up. So Schwarzenegger had good ideas. So it would make sense that if Schwarzenegger said, the robot should say, "I will be back," then James Cameron would listen to him. But one thing is before filming started, and then Schwarzenegger was picked for the role. And another thing is after the filming started, in which James Cameron essentially looked at Schwarzenegger to his eyes and he told him, "Arnold, just stick to what you are doing. Stick to acting, and I will stick to directing." Are we okay with that? So you can imagine. We're talking about James Cameron. James Cameron is a force of nature. Like Schwarzenegger can be the Terminator. We're talking about James Cameron. And if it comes to bet on these people, I will bet on James Cameron every single day. So James Cameron looked at him in the eye. "Hey, stick to the acting and say the goddamn line as is in the script. I'll be back." And Schwarzenegger, "All right, buddy, I don't agree," and the rest is history. So that's off the top of my head the kind of things that you have this strong personalities that want to influence what happening on set. You want to influence what happens on set, then become a director. Buy the rights to a book. Make your own movie. Look for the funding. Look for a producer. Look for the cast. Do all the work yourself, and then we could talk, because that means that you have to, be responsible for your actions. Maybe you are not interested in this gossip. Maybe you are not interested in this narcissist. But the idea is to study how these narcissists act, so you can spot the same patterns in day-to-day life. Because it's really easy. All right, you want the authority. You want to be the authority to be able to lead, to impose, to push people in certain directions, but you don't want the responsibility of the consequences. Oh, no. If something goes wrong, it's going to be the director. If something goes wrong, the costume is going to be the costume designer or the set designer or everything. Very, very, very comfortable way to go around your life. Again, this It's still ongoing. This topic is still ongoing. I'm pretty sure we're gonna. This is gonna be disastrous for her case. Not that I care really. I blame this also on Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds should have seen that this was wrong in many ways. Ryan Reynolds also is the kind of actors that has a lot of input, but so far I hadn't heard of any issues with any director with Ryan Reynolds. I could say that there were some differences, creative differences when it came to make Deadpool 2. Which, by the way, I liked Deadpool 2. Many people didn't like Deadpool 2. I think it was Tim Miller. Is Tim Miller the original director? Yes. Yeah, Tim Miller was the director of Deadpool 1. They got along quite well, him and Ryan Reynolds, but somehow Tim Miller did not go back for it was a matter of the story they wanted for Deadpool 2. That Tim Miller was a bit overboard with that. Maybe was not the best fit, but there was some friction in there. But again, in summary, you have to be careful when somebody wants to, shine and being everywhere, and attract attention of people and say, oh, I feel unfulfilled with this tiny thing. No, I want to do so many things. Yeah, but to do the other things, you have to be responsible for the consequences as well. And there's a reason why they are very well-defined jobs, in this case, the filmmaking industry, or in any other industry. So be careful with that kind of personalities when they, oh yeah, I want to go and try to push myself into these other areas, because that will also be trouble. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. This was a nice topic, because I wouldn't not imagine that she was going to be that candid years ago about her modus operandi, like the way that she acts in that way. Seeing that latest news, and well, as some of you are saying, like James Jameson is saying, it's like, well, when it comes to action, I think that the acting, one thing with Ryan Reynolds is that he is usually playing himself. It's like Adam Sandler. It's like, it's not that I'm complaining. I have enjoyed so many Adam Sandler movies. They're guilty pleasure of mine. My favorite Adam Sandler movies is hands down Just Go With It. I think it's Just Go With It. Yeah, it's hands down my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Just Go With It. I can watch that movie like I don't know, countless times. I would laugh. I will laugh myself to tears every single time. But Adam Sandler plays himself in every movie, like except of course in is the Cut Gems, Uncut Gems, in which, okay, I'm going to do a movie to show people that I can act, and he made the Uncut Gems. Was amazing. But Ryan Reynolds plays himself in every movie, and I'm okay with that. Waterboy of Happy Gilmore, yeah. Big Daddy, oh, this was amazing. Mr. Deeds, I don't know. I have to rewatch Mr. Deeds. Is the way that he includes sometimes John Turturro. Sometimes, and speaking of legends, John Turturro, right? Is Turturro. That guy has range. I'm going to just a brief pause to a brief appreciation of John Turturro, because this guy has range. I hope that he doesn't. You know how it is. One speaks fine about a guy, and the guy all of a sudden comes out and he begins to say, "Hey, vote Camel" or something. John Turturro. Remember John Turturro? Yeah, he has appeared in some Adam Sandler movies. He was in The Big Lebowski as well. He was playing. He was the one who was playing a villain in the latest Batman movie, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna check it very quickly. Filmography. I think he was in the Batman, right? Yeah, in the Batman. He was Carmine Falcone. This is one of the most legendary gangster villains of the Batman universe. What? Yeah, awesome actor. Don't mess with the Soha. No, Lena, I have forgotten about that movie. Oh my God, this is. I remember that era in which you could go to the movies or just rent a movie and say that I just want to have a good time. I remember Don't Mess with the Sohan. My God, I had forgotten about that one. I remember that scene of what's it? It was a scene that he punches like a car, and somebody says like, "Are you some kind of cyborg or something?" No. I just like girls, something like that. I don't remember the yeah. I just enjoy. I can watch the movie again. The Wedding Singer also. Maybe one of the weakest Adam Sandler movies was Pixels. Falcone is a fall guy. Yeah. There's a new Happy Gilmore movie coming soon. Let me see. We still have time today's show. Oh my God, we need to talk about some crazy stuff. We need to talk about some insane stuff. And I promise this. And I think of that movie every time we have hummus. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Robert Pattinson as Batman, no bueno. I have a hard time thinking of Robert Pattinson being able to handle like 2 or 3 henchmen, 2 or 3, I don't know, maybe 100 kilos. How much is 100 kilos? It's like 220 pounds, something like that. It's like trying to handle 2 or 3 200 plus pound thugs at the same time. No, I don't see it. My favorite Batman, I have to. This is gonna be shocking for some of you. My favorite Batman of all time, in fact, is Batfleck. Some of you, I'm going to lose body language bodies over this, but yeah, my favorite Batman is Batfleck, hands down. I mean, I think that Ben Affleck nailed, especially the physicality of the character. Is that for me, hands down. But the best Bruce Wayne was sometimes forget. Christian Bale. The best Bruce Wayne, Christian Bale. I have a special place in my heart for Michael Keaton, of course. I went to watch the that Batman movie in the cinema when I was a kid, and was just amazing. I had always been a Batman fan for some reason. Very interesting trivia about myself. The first costume party that I had in preschool, not even in elementary school, not even elementary school, in preschool. I was 5 years old. 5. It was 5. And the first costume party at preschool that I went, my costume was 1960s Batman. I went like 1960s Batman, you know. Yeah, I went as Batman. I was already vengeance since I was 5 years old. I was in preschool. You remember that Adam West did not speak like that, but I went like the Adam West, you know, the Adam West Batman that was so, oh my God. I remember the Cesar Romero Joker. Everybody talks about Jack Nicholson, legendary actor. Everybody talks about Heath Ledger, legendary actor. Nobody talks about Jared Leto's Joker. Nobody talks about him. We got Joaquin Phoenix, the first Joker movie. I really like that movie. Some people didn't like it. I really like that movie. But Cesar Romero as the Joker in the 60s, man, that was you look the Batman. So my favorite Bruce Wayne, is hands down Christian Bale. Christian Bale nailed the billionaire guy who also has that thousand yard stare, like he has seen things, has suffered through things, and has this complex moral that Ben Affleck also has. But the problem is that as Batman itself, that you know that had this towering hulk of a guy that is Ben Affleck, that you know that he can handle himself. Like if you have played the Batman Arkham games, you have played you know the fighting mechanics of the Arkham games, of the Batman Arkham games, then you can just picture Ben Affleck doing that. No other Batman, and no, certainly not Robert Pattinson. Certainly not Robert Pattinson. No, he will be just they will grab him by the head and just toss him aside. Burgess Meredith as the Penguin, and by the way, okay, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman was something else, but my heart was stolen from the beginning by Julie Newmar. I mean, Julie Newmar has always been my favorite Catwoman. Michelle Pfeiffer again, just great, just absolutely. I won't even mention Anne Hathaway. I don't even consider Anne Hathaway Catwoman. But Julie Newmar, Julie Newmar, big fan of Julie Newmar. So let's move on. Oh my God, I'm such a geek. I'm such a geek. I love speaking about. I love talking about movies. I could talk about movies for hours. You know how it is. Something I just get lost in this topic. I think it's the way that you can portray stories, and it's especially the way that you can portray emotions. Even if I have my guilty pleasures as well, even if I can watch Adam Sandler movies and be okay with silly Adam Sandler movies and enjoy Adam Sandler movies. Yeah, let's move on. Sadly, we need to keep addressing nonsense, the nonsense of the world. We need to come back to the nonsense of the world, and we have this right now. Let me see if I can drink a bit of water. Is the Penguin movie worth watching? It's not a movie, it's a series. And yes, James Jameson, the Penguin series in Max, I think, in HBO Max, or Max is called right now. The Penguin with Colin Farrell is one of the best series I have seen in my life, hands down. The first season, it seems that there's going to be a second season, but this first season was flawless. I hadn't enjoyed a TV series that much since Better Call Saul, and before Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad. I mean, flawless. I 100% recommend it. The Penguin with Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell, right? Is talking about movies is sometimes better than watching. Yeah, but that is also to watch them, so we can know what. Yeah, the issue that I see, that's one of the things that I had a lot of problem with my pop culture channel, because the idea is to watch stuff, and to be fair, I am not that good at criticizing the actual storytelling. Like I can tell when I like something, but I don't exactly why I like it. Like there's the critical drinker. The drinker is great at that. But basically, he's my go-to critic here on YouTube and anywhere. And but the idea is that if you're going to talk about these shows, you have to watch the shows, you have to watch the movies, and I certainly don't have time. Like I realized at some point, my plan at some point was to have a bottle language channel, a Royal Road channel, and a pop culture channel simultaneously. But the problem is that the pop culture topic is so demanding because you have to watch the stuff. There's no way around that. So imagine all the time investing, watching a show to be able to talk about the show, and then, well, it turns out to be a bore. I can talk about the trailers, about the aesthetics of the trailers, what I've done with Snow White, for example. That has worked well, but it's not sustainable at the same time. Maybe at some point I could react to trailers in this same show. That's why I've told you that sometimes I could insert one trailer reaction here and there for the things, for the topics that I like, and the way that I react to them especially is how I think the movie is going to go. And then we find out after we watch the movie itself or the series. And if it's a series, it's many chapters. And well, we can move on right now. It was a nice conversation. I liked having these conversations, by the way, with you. So we need to go back to the insanity of the world, covering the insanity of the world, because if we are going to talk about common sense, then we have to talk about what is not common sense nowadays. And breaking, Worcester City in Massachusetts Council votes to become a transgender sanctuary city, not satire. I mean, if sanctuary cities were already bad in the sense that they make sure that they're going to protect illegals at all costs, even at the expense of taxpayer money, now we have something more complicated. Transgender sanctuary city. It's like we had DEI, and now we know that before it began to be dismantled, they were pushing for DEIA of accessibility. It's like all the alphabet stuff. Like they if you let them sit, like do not touch them, they will multiplicate. The letters will multiplicate on their own. I don't know how that's work, but look at this. Is that this is going to shave off, trigger warning, this is going to shave off between 5 or 6 brain cells, which is I think a nice trade-off for for the entertainment. Let's watch this.
I need the city to protect me because the federal government won't. And if you think you're afraid of Trump, you should see how afraid of Trump I am.
So I want to, now that we were talking about Batman and Batman villains, and she absolutely looks like a Batman villain drawn from memory. And see, you remember this, or a Batman villain, or a Batman villain that you wake up from a dream, and you dream up of a Batman villain. You try to remember that Batman villain in your dream, and this is what you draw from memory. And you have this Nelson Mandela effect, in which you remember something that did not exist, but absolutely looks the part. And yes, it's like a Temu Batman villain. It's like the hillbilly Harley Quinn. The hillbilly Harley Quinn, or something like that. Let's move on with this.
Can you wrap up, please?
Yes, I can. If you say...
No, this is the Temu Joker. This is the Temu Joker SSJB. This is like, I don't know, this is the Alibaba Joker version. With all the multiverse, insanity nowadays, everything is possible. And no, well, this is what
that you're afraid of Trump, and that's why you don't want the city to be a safe space for trans people. You better prepare for trans people to make this a very unsafe space.
All right, that is a threat. So this is an actual Batman villain. If you don't make the city safe for trans people will make the city unsafe. So we 100% need Batman. Yeah, can you wrap up? Yeah, that was very funny. Can you wrap up? Can you tell us what idea? So they are threatening with what? They are making, and how exactly are you going to make the city unsafe? My face, everyone's face is this lady at the back. And what the F is going on? What is this? Is this some kind of carnival or something, or what?
I'm shaking right now. I don't want to be here.
And then why are you here? If you don't want to be here, why are you here?
I'm sorry, am I taking too long pleading for my life?
You remembered how many children I have and that 2 of them are trans.
I don't know, and I don't care, but we are just making fun of you, so that's okay, I guess. This guy is saying, what am I doing here? Maybe if I stand up and go away, nobody would notice. But oh my God, I'm looking at myself. I'm live on C-SPAN, and if I stand up right now, people are gonna say that I'm a bigot, that I'm not standing for trans rights. Oh, I have to be here. Maybe I will open up. Maybe I could open a Minesweeper or something.
I speak as both the B and the T in the LGBT.
I'm multiply disabled. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder that causes me immense physical pain.
What does that have to do with being trans? It's my question. It is so sad that you have that condition, but what does have to do with that's why they told her or him or whatever is this, wrap up.
I'm on the autism spectrum, and I have narcolepsy, and I couldn't drive myself here, so I had to hide from my driver that I was in drag, which is not an easy thing to do in drag.
Yeah, I can imagine that it's hard to conceal the fact that you're in drag while you're in drag for, reasons like physics. Like, we are looking at you. What? This is the most baffling thing that I've seen I think in this year, in 2025.
I do not want to be here. It's my day off.
Why all these people start saying that they don't want to be here? And they are here. And what has exactly happened to this? Looks this looks like a TikTok makeup tutorial gone wrong. Like maybe, I don't know, the screen went out. The screen went out halfway through, you know, when she or he or whatever was applying. You know, now apply the Irish beard. Now applies the Irish beard thoroughly. Oh no! Lights went out. Internet went out. She had to rush out to the courtroom or whatever it is. And this TikTok makeup tutorial. Do not try this at home, please.
I do not want to be in your DMs. I do not want to be in your email inboxes. I do not want my creativity writing diss tracks like Kendrick. I don't want to spend an hour applying glitter on my face so that you will hear and see me. I want you to listen to me.
Let us remember that the Nazis burned the books that the Nazis burned books on gender sciences first. Now the administration has villainized and marginalized migrant workers, trans, LGBT people, and even...
Yeah, you have to practice that, bro. You have to practice. It is just... that is the basic level, LGBT. There's the basic level. You have to practice it. It's LGBTQ2SSAGB, that you've been in the two spirits of Canada that have to go in there.
Special needs, denying life-saving and affirming care.
Can you look at me and tell me how many of my friends need to die before you do anything?
Please wrap up.
Look at me.
Okay, we're all done here.
Okay, yeah, this how can I don't know. I was thinking of something witty to say, but no. This is like I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. This is like if you had some Harry Potter on meth. Harry Potter on meth. This is Harry Potter on meth. It's sad, Mr. Mr. Potter, that you went down the meth drain. But no, this is Harry went full Breaking Bad, and not cooking, but just going, just buying from Tuco all that stuff. What the?
Fucking pathetic.
We're all done. Come on.
Of course, we need to continue celebrating Black History Month because in spite of what's coming down from Washington, we all know that we all exist and we all need to be recognized for our existence.
But be
What?
recognized
For our existence, but you're talking about Black History Month, and now you say recognized for our existence. You are like that. What's the name of that woman that pretended to be black? That was, the name was Rachel, something like Rachel. You remember her? It's like this case of white chocolate. You don't like black to me. You don't look black to me. I'm blacker than you in all cases. Oh no. What is the name of that woman? You remember the one who pretended to be black? Remind me her name, please.
For our existence.
But be aware that you are a guest in my house when you come. And when you come, know that there are strong queer and trans people in my classroom.
Rachel Dolezal, yeah, Rachel Dolezal, yeah. You remember that a woman that was essentially white and she tried to pass as black. She went full Tropic Thunder. She went full Tropic Thunder. But the thing is that this lady is not even trying. She didn't do the braids things or the tanning things. No, she's not even trying. Maybe she wants to, you know, how they say, I identify myself as black. All right, so you can celebrate Black History Month that way. It's fair game. Fair game. Purple. that one was good. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Veronica, Purple History Month. Yeah, spot on. Purple History Month. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is make insane asylums great again. Make insane asylums great again. This is so fun to watch.
People in my classroom who will collect you with the quickness.
My name in drag is Dee Dee Delight. And my name out of drag is Dewey Cosgrove Atienza.
Laddie LaRouge, he, they, in drag, District 3.
My legal name is Olivia D'Ambrosio. My public name is Livy Scanlon. My wife and I own a home in the Canal District.
I speak as someone who is always misgendered, like all the time.
I don't want to guess, and well, no, I'm gonna skip that thought. I'm gonna skip that thought. Not worth it.
People refer to me as sir when I prefer to be referred to as ma'am.
It's ma'am.
I speak as someone who is afraid to use public toilets.
What? I would be afraid to find you in not even a public toilet, in any public space. Man. Oh, sorry, ma'am.
I speak as someone who is a member of this community and is a queer person.
You have to imagine being me and my wife, fearing that our marriage rights will be stripped away at any moment.
Please, I only have so much time. Please, Joe's gonna cut me off.
Which matters more? Covering the legal fees of systemic police brutality or protecting the lives of queer people in our community? How many lives have to be lost before you consider fighting back against fascism and corruption?
Now is the time to say that if federal money relies on the dehumanization of trans people, that we don't want your goddamn money.
I get that some of you care more about easy funding than trans lives, and don't mind Nazis for some whatever reason, but...
Oh, I want to see what his shirt said. What? You're severely underestimating how much I run on. I don't want what or how much you run on. No. It's not. I don't know why I asked.
Lives, and don't mind Nazis for some whatever reason, but...
Normally I would say good evening, but through the chair I will only impart my sour grapes.
It's an extremely emotional and taxing thing to stand up here.
Okay, at least I'm going to tell you. Okay, this is something good here. You could have a great techno music career in the 90s. I don't know right now, but in the 90s, I would have signed this guy, even if he doesn't know. I'm assuming he's a guy. Sorry, I don't know if I'm misgendering this thing here.
Someone as part of the trans and gender diverse community.
My name is Katie. I'm from District 5, and I'm speaking in support of agenda items 10B and 14B. Right now in our country, Trump is threatening the trans and gender diverse community.
Noticing people here are trying to control the rights of others, and that's not right. We should make Western a sanctuary city for trans people.
What is a kid doing here?
Everybody deserves to feel safe, and everybody needs to feel safe. I've lived here for 4 years, and there hasn't really been any changes in how people feel safe in the city. My birthday is this Saturday.
No, kid, you're being manipulated. You're being manipulated by all these crazy people. This is.
Oh my gosh.
No. Make insane asylums great again. What the hell? What the hell did we just watch? Yeah, that last part was not funny at all. That last part, I apologize. I didn't know that was going to show up in the video. That last part, yeah, that's not cool, man. Not cool. I shouldn't have shown that. But again, I sometimes don't watch. That's the problem. That I'm not watching the videos that I show. But man, what kind of man? I would like to think that at some point you can save people like this, but I don't know. I have my reservations on that. But I would like to know what you think about this madhouse in the comments. Let's move on. See. No, really, it's like I have a very strict, very strict laws regarding my show, in which kids, no kids. It would be very it would be very strange if I actually talk about kids. Let me see. We have time for one more topic. Today, and the topic. How many topics have we covered? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Have one more topic because we're having a good time with that conversation. Oh my God! No, bro, no. That was so bad. That was so bad. Let me see. Let's try to. I'm going to go for an easy one again. I sometimes have thought to make longer lives, but I don't want to right now. My throat is not in 100% shape, and if I extend myself, I could say I think if I have topics for a 3-hour show, but I don't want it to exert myself too much, because I think I'm not ready to do 2.5 or 3-hour shows yet. Like my voice is saying, "Hey, Jesus, take it easy. At least make sure that every day the show is on time. Focus on that and do that way, and everything will be better." We have time for one more topic. Either way, we can go a bit over that 2-hour slot. 2-hour time. And the following I need to regain composure again, because it's more nonsense, but not trans nonsense, but ex-royal nonsense. And when it comes to ex-royal nonsense, that we talk about Harry and Meghan, but this time it's all Harry. Have talk about Meghan this day, so we have a couple mask slips. But this, thanks again, IHT_12. Make sure to follow her on X. I couldn't believe when I heard this. When you read a headline or you read a caption and you say, people must be making this up. And I read this. Archie asked me about landmines the other day. I just can't. How old is Archie again? Archie asked me about landmines. Landmines. I mean, I myself, I've always been a fan of everything, military, and I don't know, of guns and tanks and aircraft and landmines, but I didn't learn about landmines like until I was like in first or second grade, something like that. But what is this? And Harry actually said that, which is the worst part. I need to play this. And he said that with a with a rather straight face. With a rather straight face, I need to show you this.
As I said earlier, Archie was asking about landmines. So I was talking about how some of these guys were blowing up.
He was asking about landmines. He was asking about how some of these guys were blown up. Harry, I'm going to tell you something, Harry. How old is 5, right? Thank you, Margie. Archie's 5. If your kid is 5 years old and he's asking about landmines and about quote unquote how these guys are blown up, which is a rather odd way to speak about victims of landmines, Harry, by the way, I think you already failed as a father. Like big time. In ways that you cannot comprehend. And what's more, you not only have failed as a father, but you are talking like that, like if it was a good thing. Like boasting about that. Archie asked me about landmines and how this... God, no, we have to rewatch that. Rewatch that.
As I said earlier, Archie was asking about landmines. So I was talking about how some of these guys were blowing up.
How these guys were blown up. I guess that he means the veterans, like the veterans, right? I don't know. Maybe I am biased. If I am biased, I can recognize that. But it is my hunch that he is rather dismissive about a horrific fact. A horrific fact. This is something that it's the way that he speaks about veterans, about these guys were blown up, it's rather heartless. It's rather heartless.
I think IEDs, improvised explosive devices, is probably a bit too much at this stage.
It's probably too much with this day. Yeah, it's actually too much. I mean, I don't think that any Peppa Pig episodes have anything to do with landmines and people being blown up. Maybe you can say, I don't know, you know that there are bad people that leave this kind of concealed bombs so they protect territories like that or scare people away with that. You can talk about landmines to a 5-year-old boy in that way. Bad people use this bombs under the ground to scare people away, so they don't go around these zones, and to that sometimes you are terrified of fireworks. Well, that's more or less how these people use, but not like blown up. That is certainly not an image that you want your kid, because the thing is, it is a good thing that I hope so, that you're not showing your kid an actual footage or not even an illustration of the actual how a landmine acts or works. I hope not. I certainly hope that you are not showing him that. But the problem is that as kids or as children, we have a very fertile imagination. So we can imagine all sorts of things that could be even worse of the actual fact, just because of your words as a parent. Harry's words. So that could be even worse, because Archie could be imagining things that could give him nightmares. That is a fact. So it's better to just say, hey, but what are landmines? Why everybody talks about, grandma Lady Di and landmines. Oh, landmines are something that people, very bad people, used to scare people away, used to remember that you are afraid of, I don't know, thunder, you're afraid of this. Well, they use landmines to make people afraid of certain things, and that they used to scare people away. And that's it. And that's it. There are ways to speak to a child about that. And I don't know if Harry, there are only two scenarios for this. Harry is either too dumb and reckless to actually talk to Archie that way, or he's just, playing the Meghan script. Meghan gave him a script, and then he went with it. Yeah, tell people that Archie has asked you about landmines because, Diana was so about landmines. And what is that? What in the name of all that is sacred?
I found myself talking to him about mines at 5 years old.
I found myself talking about mines 5 years old.
And interestingly, it gave me a chance to talk about my mum, his grandma.
He gave me a chance to talk about my mom. He even, I don't know. I don't know what is worse, if the landmine or the fact that Harry tortures his kids, speaking about their grandma, as in I guess that maybe he tells the stories about Lady Di, and he grabs the strand of hair that he's got beside his bed, and begins to rub it, and then the memories begin to come. What the? No. This is way too much. This is way too much. Can we go back to the trans people claiming for their rights in the past section, please?
Which I didn't even really consider. So that became the outcome of the story for him, which is he then saw videos. He wanted to see videos and photographs of his grandma Diana out doing her thing for landmines all those years ago.
I don't know, and I don't know, and I told you the story that when I was 5 years old, I went to a party in press school in costume as Adam West's Batman. So yeah, that was my childhood, like dressing up as the most campy Batman of them all. But Archie, Alligator Archie, is talking about landmines, and I want to see the pictures of grandma, and now let's play a game of chess. What the actual F is this? No. This is way too much. Let's finish this.
So it produced a very interesting conversation between me and him.
It produced a very interesting conversation between him and me. Well, to be fair, maybe considering Harry being thick as a brick, maybe, well, yeah, the conversation could be at the same level. I don't know.
Different to what I thought it was going to be.
Different than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to leave this for another topic. This is what this is way too much. This is way too much. This is what? I don't know. I really would like to know what you think about this in the comments, because this has no explanation whatsoever. Has no explanation whatsoever. Let me see your super chats. Let me read your super chats. Yeah, my voice is saying, hey, Jesus, you should be wrapping up because one of the things that is a bit hard on my voice is the fact that I need air conditioning. You cannot hear the air conditioning because I have some very nice plugins, audio plugins. That's why you don't listen to anything. You listen to clear sound. You should be listening to me, to my voice, quite crisp. And of course, the constant air conditioning usually has a hit on my voice. Even so, if I could withstand the 9 hours of the elections back then, I shouldn't be extending that much. If I could be extending that gradually, if we could do longer shows, if we actually need to do longer shows, because I think that in 2 hours, if we pack the topics in less than 10 minutes each, we can cover many topics and have a great show. So let me see your super chats. Let me see your super chats. Let me change it here. Super chats. Margie said, Sparkling Diamond sent super stickers. Thank you, Margie. And SKVP sent a super sticker hippo character with stars growing in his eyes. Thank you, SKVP. You see, we are ready to say goodbye for today. And yes, yes, I am ready. I am very ready. Yeah, it is quite cold in here. It's quite cold in here. The issue is that I need to control everything. I need to control the lighting. That's why my windows are closed. And if everything is closed, so I can control the lighting, then I need air conditioning to be able to control the internal climate in here. It was nice. It was great. My bottle language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the bottle language guy. And until we meet tomorrow in episode 81, remember the most important words: much love and bliss. Take care. Be safe. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.